Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm Joanne. Today I'm going to work in my Daphne's Diary journal. Now I made the cover off screen from the number 8 issue, which is the Christmas issue. So I took the cover and ripped it off the magazine. It's kind of thick, cut it in half, made a little 3/4 of an inch spine out of cardboard, just like this. This is the first one I made and it wasn't long enough. I don't know what I was measuring. And then I just put some ribbon with 3-in-1 fabric tack and wrapped it around, and that's where it meets. And then I put some page corner protectors on the corners. So that's what I did off camera because it's the first one that I made, and I wanted to take my time and not mess it up. But anyhow, I got this idea from Nina Ribena, and I'll link her video below where she makes one with number 7, issue number 7, which is going to be her fall into Christmas. Mine's going to be Christmas into winter. All right. And this is the inside cover, and I just thought it was so pretty. And then what I did was I took some, what do I want to call it? Pattern papers, some cardstock Christmas pattern papers, and I picked out ones I like. Now some of them are just one-sided, so they'll be white, but I could cover the whole thing with something from the magazine, and I kind of staggered those white pages. So this is all I have right now, and I'm not permanently putting in this in the book, this signature, and it never will be permanent in the sense that I'm not sewing it in. Instead, I'm going to take some baker's twine. Let's see, a good amount here. All right. And I'm going to put it through here. Let me make sure this is bent right. I haven't played with it at all since it dried. So yeah, it's good. So I'm going to stick this signature in. It's going to have at least 2 signatures, but right now I just have the Christmas one together. So I'm going to come around and tie this. I left my ends pretty long because I think I'm going to want to make a something dangly, or I'm going to want to put something on the end of this decorative. Let me move it over a little. All right. And I'm going to tie a knot here, or maybe I should just tie a bow. I think I'm going to tie, no, I'll tie a knot. I'll commit that much. All right, I'll tie a knot, and then I'll just leave this be for now. All right, it's not super tight, which is okay. Why I like doing this way is when I work on my pages, I can actually pull them out and work on them. I can add more in if I find some nice like bags, or I want to put envelopes in here, something like that. I haven't gone through my whole Christmas stash to find what I want to add into here. So this is a good way to start, and then as I find things, or it's probably going to be as I'm packing up a lot of Christmas stuff, I'm going to find stuff that I want to use. So I went through the magazine. This is what it looks like without the cover. Now I did a, oh, that's a nice page back there. I did a flip through of this, a Daphne's Diary order that I placed, and I did the unboxing. So I'll link that below too, so you can see some of the stuff if you're not familiar with Daphne's Diary. But it's a beautiful, beautiful magazine, and it has like different things you can do. It's real thick. So I got this idea again from Nina Ribena to kind of make a journal, and use the elements, some cutouts from in here. Now, I did cut this apart before I got my second issue of this. It's not out in my Barnes & Noble, so I was kind of nervous about doing that without having the copy that I want to keep. But I went for it anyway because I have time today and I wanted to work on it. So I decided this is the page I'm going to use today with this nice Christmas ball and poem. So I'm going to get this out of there. And it's pretty easy for me to rip. There's some pretty stickers. Actually, I may take one of those and cover this down here. Or let it go for a little while. This is kind of cute though. This little envelope. Yeah, let's do it right now. Just stick that sticker right on there. I covered the code and the price. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to somehow incorporate, pick a page to do this. It's kind of a nice one, or maybe the first page. I don't know. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to cut around the poem and come up with a layout. And after I'm done cutting, I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut my 2 pieces out that I wanted. Of course, making a pretty big mess. I'm going to pop this page out of the journal. I think this is a nice page. It's the center page right now, but I think it'll look good because of all the balls. Let me fix my camera just a little bit here. All right, nice and centered for you. All right, so I'm going to put the poem here. It says, I'm a Christmas bauble, which I assume is ball, hanging in the tree, big and round and red, bright and glittery. I come back out again year after year with the tinsel and the candles. All my friends are here. I see joy and love together, one and all. Grandpa, grandma, uncles, aunts, children big and small. I sing out loud and proud, jingle all the way. If only it could be Christmas every day. So that's super cute. I'm definitely not going to distress this piece, but I might distress around the poem. Now, to get it both on one side of the page, I'm going to have to cut some of that. So let me grab a piece of scrap paper that I can glue on and do that. Because look, if I put it this way, this is what I'm talking about. If I put it this way, and even if the poem was on top, this wouldn't line up. It would cut that off. Well, I could put it on here, but I don't want to. I want the ball, I think, in the front. So I'm going to do this piece first. Let me grab some distress. I could always do it in a color. I could do it red. Now let me just stick with vintage photo. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? I guess you can, but I'm going to play it safe here. Just do vintage photo, which is a favorite of mine. Just distress around the edge of this. So it stands out on the page a little better. And then let me just turn it over, grab a glue stick. Sorry about my arm. I was so happy to get this journal together this morning. It's been on my mind for a while. It's one of those projects that have been in the forefront of my mind, but with making Christmas cards and all the tags for the gifts and everything else, I just haven't gotten to it. So, all right, so I'm going to stick this down kind of close to the center here. I do kind of want it straight on the page, so let me, come on, stay. Let me just get this here for the sake of it being straight. I have this backwards, no wonder it's not working. Yeah, it's a little bit crooked. I still have time to pull it up. How am I gonna do this? I do want it down pretty far. And I can just wiggle it right here. Sorry, my head's probably in the way, but I need to be able to see. Maybe it's not. I need to stand up and see. That looks pretty good, actually. I press that down. A good press here. All right, and then I'm going to just glue this whole thing up. I'm going to glue it down and then cut the excess off. I think that's the best way to do it. I'm going to get a fresh sheet of scrap paper because I don't want the glue to get on the side here. I don't know why everything's fallen. This table is not crooked to my knowledge. It's a big blob of glue. It's so cold. We're getting into a very cold, today's cold. I think it gets a little better in the beginning of the week, and then next week, you know, the lows are like in the teens and the highs are in the low 30s, so it's getting cold here. Don't think we have any snow forecasted, so all right, so how am I doing this? This has to go. Wow, I think I positioned this a little differently than I had it because it's now cutting off into, all right, this is what I need to do. And I think I can still do it. I think I need to do it like that. And I kind of like the way that looks. So I can't guarantee the only thing I'm going to put in here is Daphne's diary things. I mean, that's going to be most of it, but I mean that I might stamp something, you know, that obviously doesn't come in the magazine or something like that. But it's generally going to be, everything's going to come from the magazine. So it's almost like a glue book. Cut the excess off here. I feel like it might need something down in this corner here. I don't think that's what it needs. So let me take a look for the magazine and see if I can come up with anything, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I had cut out these presents. I thought since it's about a Christmas tree, I could put presents down here, but I don't like that so much. And then I cut out these 2 Christmas balls, and my idea was to draw like 2 strings coming up here as if they're hanging up on the tree, but they kind of get lost in the background of the paper. And then I found this tree, and I kind of like him there. So I think I'm going to use that. I am going to distress around, kind of take off any white I might have left behind while I was cutting this out. So just give it a little bit of a distress. And then I need to glue. Pull my scrap paper back. Here it is. Get the glue. All right, and then put this down. I think that looks nice. And I think this page right here is done. I mean, I could always go back to it later and add more, maybe a word up here. Who knows what I want to do. But right now I'm happy with that, and it'll go back into the journal for now. Of course, it's going to look better in here. Okay, and that's where it'll be, right there. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll continue showing you what I do in my Christmas winter Daphne's Diary journal. And have a great day, everyone. I appreciate you watching and spending some time with me.